That's right. All right, there we go. All right, I'm not really up to speed with what's going on here, so let me let's take a look, see if we can figure out what they're doing. So Koichi Wakata of JAXA, the Japanese space program, and Nicole Mann, NASA, are out there doing something. Let's see, where are they?
You'll see there's kind of a
That's the base of the solar panels.
On the soft capture mechanism on the side path.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah, so that tongue will have to fit
This is
into a
live.
gap
Yep.
on the right side. There shouldn't be much of a sweet spot, but just try installing it partially and moving it up and down to see if it will slot into place.
Okay. Say that again.
Look at Naoko's over there. What a view.
We'll have you guys try working on this for 5 or 6 more minutes, and then we'll formulate another plan.
Okay. Is there a spot for that little lip to go into on the right side, Twiki? This is from the spot.
Your lives ping on Discord are terrible. I just got the notification. I've only been live for 20 minutes.
Copy, Koichi. I'm wondering if that MLI on the left side is in the way, left or the right side.
Gotta undo those bolts.
Okay, so you want me to?
It looks like they're having a little bit of problems here. That piece is supposed to go on this thing and it's not going in, ain't gonna fit. I don't know. This looks like they're at the base of the solar panel modules, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, okay.
Way fully.
And also, the left side is also interfering. The analyze interfering.
Yeah, I concur with that based on what I've seen in your view. Stand by and we'll figure something out.
It's insulation, guys. MLI, multi-layered insulation. So there's the radiator right there, and then there's Naoka, and you can see the European arm back there.
Try to get that out of the way.
So that means if Naoka is behind them, they're on the S4. This is the S4 truss, I think. I can't. It's hard to tell because it's so up close.
No, it is.
How long do the astronauts work outside? So Ilya, the EVMUs that NASA uses can stay out there for 8-9 hours. Orlan's, the Russian suit, can stay out there for about the same. It's just a little bit longer. But yeah, our EVAs generally don't go. They go 6 to 8 hours, somewhere in there. It really depends on what you're doing.
Copy, thanks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Duke, let's try that again.
Bill, you see Naoka over there? Oh, yep, they're at the base of the solar panel. All right. Okay. Do they all wear propulsion packs? So Hydra, you see this thing on the bottom that's kind of C-shaped right there, like a backwards C? That's the safer unit.
Unfortunately, no joy.
So the safer unit is a small jetpack just in case you get untethered. It's basically a life preserver for in space. If you get untethered, you can pulse yourself back. It has like maybe 2 to 3 meters a second delta V at best. So they do have jetpacks on, but the better way to do it is just to use carabiners. It's like you're mountain climbing or something. Hook onto one, unhook another, climb, hook on another, unhook the other one. That's how they move around. They have 2 redundant tethers. Hey, Major Who.
I know that telescoping feature is probably not helping you here.
I see the tethers. They're installing the mounting bracket for IROSA.
Yeah,
Ah, okay. Thank you, Creeper.
And hey, can we
It just doesn't engage, Gina.
there's the ring on the pit pin at the top, right by where your right hand was just then. See if you can flip that back.
So it looks like he's putting a side pad in right now.
Okay, now it came off. I'll put it back. This ring is not interfering.
It's a rollout solar array. It's upgraded solar panels. You can see one of them back there.
Let me put back the pit pin. The pit pin about. Okay. Come over. Alright, thank you.
Hey, Kyron. They don't. No one uses manned maneuvering units.
There's enough space or something.
They have them as a backup, just in case. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Alex, right?
Do you have a heck of view
Not quite.
of this?
That's a mirror, so you can see behind you because you have a helmet on, and you can't look behind you. There's a helmet in the way, so they have mirrors on their arms, so they can see behind them.
Pull off of this task, and we'll just put this strut back in the bag.
Okay. Copy that.
Do you have a good hacker on mine?
Negative, Duke. What we're going to have you do is compress the mid strut and put it back on your BRT, and we're going to work a forward plan from here. We'll need to do some rearranging. Koichi, meanwhile, if you could take some pictures of that location, just get the left side and the right side and all angles that you're able to reach.
Copy that. What were you trying to say? Did you say that?
Maybe Hellfish.
I'm not seeing like an area where that lip went into. It just looks different to me.
On this side? There's the flange. There are two flanges on this side. I don't know if if you have Duke's hacker camera, but
Yeah, I can see
those
it in
two
here.
flanges pointing up. These flanges is interfering with the
There was, Zillion. Not right now, though.
Yeah, like it doesn't look deep enough to fit this lip. It looks different than
the other side.
it just looks different than I think what maybe what I.
Yeah, we copy everything. Quick handover here.
Tidra's handover. They're switching satellites.
So we're in another handover period. Now getting my views from the inside of the International Space Station Flight Control Room. A quick recap. There is a little bit of troubleshooting on that left middle strut. It didn't seem to soft dock properly.
Wait, what, Kevis? Really? Casually watching one of the NSA videos, and one of the SpaceX workers is wearing your merch. Really? Really? Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Did they stream the EVAs from the shuttle? Yeah.
And troubleshoot and come up with recommendations so they can address it the next time they're out there to install it. But it looks like they'll be just leaving it in the configuration with the upper triangle, the right middle and right lower strut, and then the left lower strut. And then they'll just leave the middle, the left middle strut off for today's installation.
What the
Big picture here, we're going to wrap up. We need to get into some cleanup steps and get you guys back inside. So what we want you to do is, Duke, you'll compress that mid-strut, put it on your BRT, get it back in the strut bag. That's straps 2 and 3. Koichi, you can close out those
This is
pictures, and then
weird,
we'll
dude.
be having you help with cleanup as well.
Okay, copy that.
Ricky, before you go, Kuda,
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely, dude. What the hell? That's a little flattering. All right. Okay. That's kind of cool. Good eye, Kevis. Holy crap. It definitely is my shirt. Wow. That's weird.
And then, Duke. One more.
I mean, I know that, dude. Like I said, fellas. I know there's people that. Oh, look, space camera. I know there's people. There's plenty of people that work out in the industry that watch the stream, dude. Plenty. But, geez, to see it like that, it's like, okay, all right.
Step back to the strut bag.
That's kind of cool.
One other thing we'll want to think about is the right upper strut that still needs the
Yeah, I know,
MLI
Tech,
covering
right?
M13 and M14, so we'll work a forward plan for that. But if you guys have suggestions based on what you're seeing, let us know.
okay, what about, do you want 15 and 16 covered right now, even though we don't have the mid-strut in?
Checking.
Where can we buy that merch? Oh,
Yeah, A-firm, Duke,
Okay.
if you can do that,
Peter, can I
that would be
Oh,
great.
drummer beat me
Go
to
ahead,
it.
Koichi.
Yeah, I can get it here.
Can I transfer to the strut bag now, or do you want me to do the MLI here?
Ah, there you go. Yeah, you guys can buy that shirt that you saw those SpaceX employees wearing if you want. Eat, sleep, launch, repeat. Shuttle time, baby.
M13 and M14.
Okay.
And yeah, you can
You're gonna
finish
want,
putting that MLI back that you took off there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
You know, what about right there? Are you going to want that MRI over the collarbone?
Sellout streamer. Yeah, I know, right?
Yes, Duke, we will want the MLI over those collar bolts as well.
Yeah, cooking. That's pretty cool.
So,
I'm not gonna say that I hate that.
which MLI I need to work on now?
Oh. Nicole's on a slide wire there. See
and
that?
Koichi, before you
She's on a
depart,
slide wire.
if you can tuck that MLI a little bit better,
Dude.
make sure that everything's covered.
Rocket,
there.
you ain't kidding, man. This looks difficult, dude. This isn't some Shrine of the Silver Monkey stuff, man. For the Legends of the Hidden Temple plays out there. This isn't some Shrine of the Silver Monkey stuff. This is difficult. It's really tough working in space like this.
We copy, Koichi, concur with that. You
Yeah,
can head to
Colex,
the
it's
right
pretty
upper
cool,
strut,
man.
work on the MLI on M13, M14.
Copy that.
Yeah, well, it would be really hard to stay focused because of the view.
Which translation path can I take?
We could see the EJ logo a few seconds later. Dude, it absolutely is.
Koichi will
That's
have
somebody
you
working on
just
this.
backtrack the way
Looks
that
like
you
the
got there in
Starlink
the first
dispenser.
place. Just go back around.
Dude,
Right,
that's
excuse me,
wild.
not the left, the right side. Okay, copy that.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, the right side. Yep. So
Yeah, sorry, yeah, sorry, I thought it was that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Torque forces can propagate in non-intuitive ways. Oh, please. Oh, yeah. You don't need to tell me twice. Yeah, working up here with the arms and stuff is tough, man. That's really hard. I see why NASA does it, though. It's the benefits, but man, is it difficult. It's really that's a humdinger. That's a humdinger of a challenge, man. Hey, Quasi Crystal, new to the channel a bit. May I inquire why you have chosen to stream on Twitch over working for NASA, ESA, SpaceX, or are you a veteran of the industry? Oh, that's a good question. So Quasi, I'm not a veteran of the industry. I'm a self-taught engineer. I've taught everything that I know. I have no formal school for this. Why I stream on Twitch? It's because, dude, I was just playing Kerbal one day and the developers noticed and I just like, screw it. I'll try to make a career out of this. I didn't think it would last a decade and more, but that's what it is. Would I do PAO work for NASA? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm really good at being forward facing. Yeah. Customer facing, I'm really good at that. I have like a decade of retail experience for that. I'm pretty damn good at it. Do you have any dream to become a formal engineer? Oh yeah. Yeah, someday. Someday we'll get there. Telesto, how are you? Yeah, someday. I'm working on it. Yeah, Urban, hey, thanks for the raid, man. There's people in space. Yeah. I'd love to. That would be amazing. That would make my day. Goodbye, Booster 8. You were useless. Booster 8 is gone. Oh, yep, they took that apart. They could use someone who can run streams, yep. Come join us. I'm currently a plasma physics grad student. Ooh, plasma physics. Yeah. Actually, Quasi, one of my favorite things in spaceflight is SpaceX's entry burn, because they use the exhaust gases from the rocket engine to push plasma away, to push accumulated plasma away. That is one of my favorite phenomenons in spaceflight. That's my absolute favorite. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty sweet. Using rocket engine exhaust as a thermal medium for heat dispersion and plasma removal. Say it. Supersonic retropropulsion. Sorry. Oh, it's my favorite part, Quasi. I watch every Falcon 9 launch. I've missed like maybe 5 or 6 Falcon 9 launches like ever. That's my favorite part. It's the best part. So, that's cool. Plasma physics is wild. Very interesting stuff. He said the thing! That's awesome. Dude, I'd love to. I just bought a house, though, and that's kind of expensive. But I really would like to school soon. Maybe. Trying. Either that or a job in the industry. I'll do either one. Either one is good. What are they doing? Repairing, installing. Okay, see this bracket right here, Shutzy? This thing?
Okay, the analyze that you want to...
That guy right there, that is an installation... That's an installation bracket for a rollout solar array. This is basically the mounting position for an upgraded solar array. It's supposed to look like this, and it mounts onto the barrel for the solar panels. They mount the rollout solar arrays in front of the other solar panels. So they're called IROSes, rollout solar arrays, and they're working on installing the mount. They did have a little bit of trouble getting the side pad installed correctly, though. They didn't. They didn't like that. That thing wouldn't mount, so they stopped working on the side strut, and they're packing up and kind of moving to the next thing here. Check out Hellion Fusion for an example if you're intrigued further in the trajectory of my work. I want to work with them post-doc. Okay, let's see. Helion, not Hellion. Hellion has 2 L's. Alright, let's see what we got. Helion Energy is an American fusion company located in Everett. Okay, they're in Everett. Sweet. Cool. They're developing a magneto-inertial fusion technology to produce helium-3 in fusion power via aneutronic fusion. Oh. I understood some of those words. Now, let's see. So magneto-inertial fusion, so you're using magnets to move stuff. You're using magnetism to fusion. I got it. I got that part. Aneutronic fusion. I have no idea what that means. Let's see. It's a form of fusion power in which very little of the energy is released by carry Very little of energy release is carried by neutrons. Huh. Okay. Magneto impact fusion reactor. Cool. It's muted. I know. You want me to unmute it? Here. Yeah. Okay. It's Bassard's work. Cool. All right.
And
All right.
picture awareness for you guys right now. We're at 5.5 hours PET. Our limiting consumable is still Medox, but we've got a little over 7 hours of PET time there. So we just want you guys to get everything in a good config to leave it. We'll be coming back out for this mod kit.
Nothing.
But we'll be into cleanup and then getting you guys back inside.
Those guys are impressive. Real engineering did 2 whole pieces on them. That's cool. Quasi, that's sick, man. Very good stuff. Yeah, I love learning how things work, dude, and then applying that knowledge in places. That's like a dude. I don't need to tell you. That's like an addiction. It's bad. I love figuring out how stuff works and finding an application for it. That's like my favorite thing to do. It's bad. It's a terrible addiction. Learning. It's true. Love learning new things. It's great.
There's no specified order, Koichi.
Okay, copy that.
Did the bed for Freb get squared away? It's squared away on my floor.
Putting the strut in the middle of the bag, like towards the end where it came out.
I think we kiss a death hellion. Oh, whoops, my bad.
That plan, dude.
Oops, your Hellion energy. I'm sorry. Whoops. I feel bad. I gotta be careful about that.
And then, Duke, while you're there, actually, before we have you
Now
grabbing
imagine this
that,
for Starship Engine Tech. Let me
TGT
take a
and
look.
torque wrench from the APFR, we'll have you just bundle up that strut bag as low profile as possible, so kind of burrito it around that strut.
Burrito it. That's your verb of the day.
Okay, so the PGT and the torque wrench, they were going to go back in the
All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
check out
going back in the
Helion
cable back
after
eventually.
this. Okie dokie. We're checking that out.
Same with the GoPro and MUT end effector.
Just burrito it, guys. Technically descriptive. Hey. Burrito it, man. It makes sense. It's a very technical term. Yep. I mean, burrito it is a very astute way of saying that. That you know exactly what
Dude,
that means, right?
Whatever
Like,
works best for you. You really only need one of those straps. Add another one if it helps hold it
all
in place
right,
for
Thomas.
bundling ops.
They did helicopter
doesn't
on
need to be
Mars.
pretty.
They're
Just
still doing
bang it up.
helicopter on Mars.
Got it.
Can I quesadilla it instead? No. You don't want to do that. Yep. We just kiss a death Helion. Quasi, can you maybe call someone over there if you know anybody and tell them sorry? Because the sysadmin probably wants to punch me in the face at this moment in time. Yeah. The IT guy's going, oh no, you know. That's right, Sabur. Yep.
Copy, Duke. That sounds great.
All is well. Okay. Oops. I've been scuba diving a few times, and working in space looks really hard. Lord Gugu, it's about the same. In fact, the astronauts scuba dive in a gigantic swimming pool called the Neutral Buoyancy Lab that has like a full-sized ISS inside of it. They scuba dive in there with their spacesuits on, might I add. The spacesuits are watertight because, of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? It's a spacesuit, right? So, they put on their suits and they do scuba diving for training. Actually, the guy who wrote the book on training for extravehicular activities is Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin, that was part of his like contributions to NASA. He's the one that came up with doing that because it's similar.
Yeah.
But there's no water in space. They don't have water on the ISS? Happy birthday to Buzz Aldrin, by the way. Nice. Look at this. All right, what's up? Cannot wait to see people try and use this engine to land. Yeah. Actually, that reminds me real quick, guys. While we're on the subject of that, she got legs. Dun dun dun. Kerbal posted this today. You guys might want to. Oh. You guys might appreciate that. The engines have a shutdown sequence animation? Let me see. Oh, yeah, they do.
Hey, Fern,
Not bad, huh?
yeah, you're good to leave.
Not bad.
That's totally fine. And I think we're actually going to have you
They are savvy.
leave this strut bag as is and have you go work tool gather for the cable bag. But stand by one, let me clarify.
Okay. Trying to get a lid down while you're thinking talking about it.
You know, two wire ties between the color bolt and the M24, correct?
Copy, Koichi. That looks great.
In
That's in a good
space,
spot.
no one can hear your engines honk.
Okay.
What, Tessa?
Three twists here.
Think of this. You have 14 psi from normal to vacuum. You exceed that other way real quick in water. Yeah, you guys know everything, right? Go look at the neutral buoyancy lab. Oh, you guys really know what you're talking about. They dive in spacesuits, fellas. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. You guys, yeah, no, I know about, implosion versus explosion, differential pressure. I know all about that. They still dive in spacesuits. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like,
No, we've been
you
watching
guys,
on Hecka too.
I'm glad you understand
I
how
think with that, we will
pressure
have
works,
you
I think.
leave the strut bag. Copy.
And then let me get Delta since I got it in my hands here.
Something like that.
Okay, copy.
Zeppelin, yeah. Worst part is I start my new job right before it comes out. Why can't it be out right now when I'm not
With
working?
that, we can have you translate to
Sometimes
the
life
bar,
do be
you'll
like that.
retrieve the PGT and torque wrench, and then bring those to the cable bag and stow them in the cable bag.
Yeah, you can see the slide wire over there. Yeah. It's all good, Element. It's all good. I'm just joshing. I don't mean anything by it. Fun fact, Ben Affleck almost drowned in the neutral buoyancy lab when they were getting training for Armageddon.
You know, is this a good spot for the second wire tie?
How did... I don't want to know.
Looks great, Koichi.
I don't want to know.
With that, you can finish up there. We'll have you
I don't think that was a fun
strut
fact
bag.
for him, man.
You're going to be finishing folding the strut bag, make it low profile enough for you to take it back inside. You'll be stowing it on your BRT and then translating to the anchor hooks.
Okay.
Okay, Koichi, I'm right beneath you.
Okay. Copy that. All right.
And, your brother is above me right now, so...
Okay. Let me finish this up, and then I'll translate down so that I can be clear.
I need to, I don't want to crisscross.
How carefully do they have to be near? How careful do they have to be near the folded out solars? Yeah, you don't want to. That's about as thin as paper, like 20-pound paper. It's really, really light. Did they get cold while on the spacewalk? No. No. All right. So, guys, don't think of these as spacesuits. It's a spacecraft that's shaped like a human. That's what EVMUs are. It's a spaceship that's shaped like a human. The command module is the human-shaped part, and the service module is that backpack on the back that has the flag on it in NASA. That's the service module. Service module's on your back. You won't last very long without the service module. There's a camera right there. It's literally a DSLR that's wrapped in insulation, which is kind of funny. You have to rad shield the cameras or it'll fry the digital components in the camera. That's why it looks like a freaking Polaroid from the 80s. But yeah, do they get cold? No, it's a climate-controlled spacecraft that they're inside. It's just human-shaped. How much does one suit cost? If you have to ask, you can't afford it. I know how much they weigh, though. They're about 300 pounds. It's a pretty heavy spacesuit.
Alright, then with that, I will translate.
Not yet, please. I'm still here.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, so I'll stay here.
I need to go inboard, though, just so you know.
Right.
Oh, look. Space drill.
That's translating.
Thanks for answering. No problem, Joe. It's all good. Yeah, those spacesuits are a lot of they're a lot of money, dude. They're pretty expensive. I forget how much they cost, dude.
Okay, I've got it. I'm moving.
Copy. And Duke, if you can reach it, just fold that ingress aid down so that we can leave the APFR in place.
We're going to leave it.
That's
okay.
right, dude, you wouldn't be able to walk around in these
And I
suits.
just roll it back up.
Down on the surface, you wouldn't be able to walk around in them. You'd basically kind of sit there and be like, okay. You'd try to stand up, you'd fall over, and you'd be like a turtle on your back. I can't get up. They are heavy suits, man.
Okay, I think I'm right here still.
They're using a Marmac barge to move stuff for SpaceX? That's kind of funny, Thomas. Duke is a hell of a nickname. Duke is Nicole Mann's call sign. If I'm remembering correctly, Nicole is she's a Navy or a Marine Corps aviator. I forget which one. I know she's from the Department of the Navy, and that's her call sign, but I forget if she's Navy or USMC. How heavy were the Apollo spacesuits? A little bit lighter than this, but about the same. The EVMU is derived from the A7L. It's derived from it. It's not the same. It is not the same. It's like the next iterative step. Navy Marine, same thing.
Okay, it's collapsed and folded down.
I have read. I've seen that. Yeah. The Home Depot song played in Home Depot using parts from Home Depot.
So you're not translating on that
Bum,
mod kit.
bum, 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 bum. Helion is back up. Cool. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Hey, Chris, am I clear your safety center?
If this looks like a little bit of sensory overload, well, yeah, that's because it is. That's why they train for a long time. Think about it, dude. Your tool belt, everything has to be tied to your belt, and every time you move, all that stuff moves around with you. Look at the drill right there. That's moving around right there. I think that's Nicole. I'm not sure. It could be Koichi though. Yeah, see all that crap moving around every time you move. It's really tough.
Canister did not engage properly, so right now they're working on cleanup steps. They're stowing a lot of their tools, and including the left middle strut, and making sure that
There's the batteries
multi-layer
right there.
insulation, that white fabric that surrounds the mounting platform, is in a good configuration and is going to maintain the integrity of the hardware. And once everything looks good, the two will translate or move back to the airlock.
Tend it toward the lower strut there, specifically the left side. We're not sure that,
Okay.
yeah, so the other side from where you are now.
On my left side.
That's why I was careful, guys, to say Nicole comes from the Department of the Navy, because that could be either one.
To the left
Because I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
forget.
sorry, Koichi. That's going to be the left lower, so actually not
She's
the
a
area
colonel
where
in the
you are
Marine
now.
Corps,
You'll be
trained with
translating
VFA
to the other side.
106, joined VMFA 251 and was deployed twice on the Enterprise. Sick. So, what they were doing up there is right here. See this bracket right there? That's kind of behind my melon here. I'm going to move to the other side. Ready? There we go. See this bracket right here? They were installing this bracket, and there's a side post that's supposed to attach right here. There's a side strut. The bracket looks like this right here. They were trying to put the side pad on, and the side pad didn't go on, so they said, don't worry about it. And now they're packing up, and they're getting ready to basically come back inside. It's almost supper time somewhere. So this bracket right here is for the rollout solar array. This flat panel right here is where they're going to put a rollout solar panel. They're upgraded solar panels for the ISS. They're working on putting the mounting bracket in. Yeah, Thomas. Nicole's done some stuff. Right, caveman? Astronaut breakfast in space.
I just could not translate all the mom kids, so I had to
Well, it's not breakfast time. These guys are working off UTC, Ilya, so it's actually a little past their dinner time. They're late for dinner. They're late for supper. Space drill on the right. That has the 5 on it. That dude's wearing a nice shirt. I saw that, Phil. Man, that's weird. That's very strange. That's very strange.
have to take that back. Zena, if I have to trust
They have a water tube, Katra, if I'm understanding that correctly. They got a water tube in there. Like what a race car driver would have. Our space drill is on a limited battery. Yeah, the battery is down at the bottom, just like an electric drill down here. There's batteries. Oh yeah. It's at the bottom of the handle. See it down there? It's kind of bread shaped, I guess. Would you skip a meal to be spacewalking even if the walk has a lot of work? Yes, absolutely. Actually, I would pig out before the spacewalk. TJ, make sure you have all your vitamins. See the battery on the right-hand screen on Nicole's view?
End effector with the GoPro. Stow that in the cable bag, and then yes, you will be putting the cable bag on your BRT and getting ready to head in.
GoPro? What if you need to poop? You might want to make sure you do that before you go outside, generic. These human-shaped spacecrafts don't have a toilet, but I think they have, depends on. Just in case. Dude, I don't know about you. I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, I'll hold it. We good. Maximum absorbency garment. Why are you not up there? I'm too tall. How often do the cameras on the ISS need to be replaced due to real damage? Every couple of years, Jackery. Some cameras have been there since the start. Some of the cameras are pretty rad shielded. And you can tell what the rad shielded cameras are because when they look through them, it looks like it's 2003. Thank you very much, NASA, for cutting to one of them. Yep. I remember this. It's like, oh my God. This was like from like 10, 15 years ago when the shuttle was still flying. And we're like, oh my God, we got 720p in space. Look at how clear it is. Look at the clarity. So bad. It's so bad, dude.
Yeah.
Look at the clarity.
That it's trunnion pin that your right hand is on right now.
Grab Shark, if I'm looking at this right, this looks like an interlaced picture. That's not a progressive camera. See, look at the artifacting on the radiator. That's definitely interlaced picture. Do you have subtitles for stream? I am not understanding you sometimes. Yeah, I don't think Twitch has subtitles.
So I will tie one more tie around the handrail on the this is the 1 alpha left side bundle.
That sounds great, Koichi. Good plan. Just get that big loop of the
You can get an
bundle
add-on?
close, tight into that left lower strut as possible.
I think it's progressive coming through a composite signal.
Do I need to add a
I mean, Tessa, look around the feet right there where you're getting contrast. It's like all fuzzy. You might be right.
Yeah, you can use the
What
existing
do I need
one.
subtitles for? Can't you understand what I am saying? I studied English at the bloody American embassy in Cairo. Hey, why does he not have subtitles? That's a good one. That's a good one, Pythos. Why does he not have subtitles? Well, it's because of your accent. We're in Tikrit. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't understand you. Oh, shut up. Cosmic, what do you got? On Hellion Fusion, here is a contrasting point of view from the real engineering vid. Valid points are made here. Yeah, we'll check that out. We'll check it out. Thank you, sir. What the frick, man? Don't worry about it, Ilya. It's don't worry about it. I'm just being dumb. Space GoPro. Dude, they got GoPros out there. It's funny. No. Oh, okay. Okay. It's a really, really old comedy sketch. Pythos, that one's got to be at least 20 years old, man. Tim Peake is retiring from the ESA.
Copy that, yeah, if you can read it in the bag and then close up the cable bag.
Who's on second? Coffee, 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 coffee. Let's go. Let's go!
Copy, Koichi. I see that in your Heka view.
Are we having
Make
fun
sure
staring at the same...
everybody agrees, but
Staring at the same pace stuff? Dude, look at that view. You see that view over there? You wish you could have a view like this. Tessa, it sounds familiar, but no. Watching the walk reminds me of an old classic. All right, what do we got? Oh, the lost tool bag. Yeah, I remember that. Round, negative. Okay, so they're stowing tools here next to the batteries. See that? That's the battery. Or one of the batteries. There's 4 battery arrays on the ISS. You know what, dudes? I can actually show you because my space station is modeled very similar. So if you look right here on the space station, see the batteries? I put the batteries in the same freaking spot as them. And the funny thing is that they're out on the starboard truss segment. That mount for the IROSA, they're mounting to this piece right here, the barrel for the solar panel assembly. Yeah, they're right there. In fact, you could see that radiator in the background, this one right here. Funny story. Oh, look, there it is. There's the radiator. It's right there.
We're not convinced that it will clear. If you see that loop that's
Coffee's the
closest
best,
to your right
Sparks.
hand
I
on
love
the trunnion
coffee.
pin right now, we just want to get that up and out of the way. So I think adding another wire tie is probably the easiest.
Yeah, Apocalypsis, I know what you mean.
Okay, copy that.
That's a shuttle trunnion pin right there. That's the longeron pin right there. That meaning that this was taken up by the shuttle. So that pin that Koichi has his hand on right there is that piece right there. I use the RCS ball as a trunnion pin.
Yeah, Koichi, I think if you can get
What?
a wire
It works.
tie around that, just like you have your hand doing right now, and then take it up to the tether point on the mounting bracket itself.
And I used it to pull it up in a shuttle payload bay.
Here,
Oops.
we're talking about this.
Affirm.
I don't want to take that bet.
All right. have a short wire tie in my
You've showed me this before.
I not give me enough length to do that.
I didn't survive, Tessa. You've shown me that before. When I remember we were having a conversation about Monty Python, and you showed me that, and you said, "No, watch this."
Short wire tie,
Oh, I laughed.
not give enough length to get there to the tether point.
Yeah. Copy that, Koichi. If you're able to...
It's pretty much
kind of
instant, Jackery.
feed it
Through Tidris, they got pretty much
tether
real-time
point,
communication.
And then the wire tie doesn't necessarily have to loop back onto itself. You could have one twist up top on the tether point and then the other end going down to the cable bundle. I'm not sure that's enough length. Let me work an alternate plan for you just a sec.
There's the mount for iRosa right there.
Then I'm going to put this on my BRT and head inboard if you agree.
Duke,
there's the
let's
camera.
have you work on the strut bag, see if you can get that any more folded and ready to go
The
for
strut
Koichi
bag?
to eventually put that on his BRT.
They must be playing
and then we'll
Kerbal.
have you head back in.
Copy.
Capcom, Jackery. I don't know her name.
Zena, can I try to use my short wire tie from this tether point of the mounting bracket?
A-firm. Koichi, I think if you take
Okay.
off the wire tie that you just added a couple steps ago and then move the whole thing up
I did not
higher...
add a...
Or, sorry, the one that was
Okay.
already the existing wire tie, undo it from
Right.
where you just added twists, and then move the whole bundle
Okay.
further up that lower strut as close to the mounting bracket as possible.
Hey, let me try that.
And see if you can get that wire tie to kind of hug the whole cable bundle to the strut.
Okay.
Copper wire ties. See that?
My cooling is at 6.
Copy 6, Duke.
Hey, Strutbag. Can I call you Strutbag from now on? You can absolutely call me Strutbag. That's fine.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Cappy? Cable management, ultra hard mode, any percent.
Big picture, guys, we're just shy of 6 hours on PET here. Your limiting consumable still has a little over 7 hours for Medox. So you're doing a good job. Keep it up with the cleanup, and we'll get you back inside.
Dude, this... I know it doesn't look like much. This is so freaking difficult to do.
So, you know, this is what
Discovery,
you're talking
go at
about,
throttle up.
so I'm gonna attach this
Where is
long
61
wire
months?
tie to the,
Hard to
mounting
believe you've been
bracket
streaming for
tether
almost 10 years. I don't...
point. Agree?
Hey, firm, that's a good plan. Can we
Dude, it's so bizarre to me, Raris, that this is like the longest thing that I've been committed to ever. Like, I was in high school for 4 years. I was in college for 2. Done this for 10. Like, when you say it like that, I'm like, huh, really? Doesn't seem like that long. But then you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, wow, a decade of streaming. That's pretty cool.
The astronauts are...
Can't believe you guys still put up with me. It's ridiculous.
The station is flying 264 statute miles over Western
Other than
Europe
living.
right now.
Yeah.
They're
Sure.
just making sure their work site is in a good configuration so it can be addressed during
Any
a
update
future
on
spacewalk. So they're using
lunar
wire
development?
ties to make sure the cables are secure. They're checking the multi-layer
Um,
insulation, putting their tools away.
Yeah, actually, Sile, there was a contract awarded to ILC Dover for the lunar suits, so hopefully that's something good comes from that. Well, I'm Claude Boy, I'm 34, and I've been streaming for 10 years, so I've been streaming a little over a third of my life.
1A modification kit and they were not able to install that left middle strut.
Type those.
They took some photos so the ground teams can assess some of that
You
work
okay?
and figure out what
We're gonna take a good look in
steps
your
need to be
head.
put into place to make sure that they can have a secure attachment of that left strut to the mast canister and the whole fixture that will soon be holding up future IROSA or International Space Station rollout solar arrays. those set to be delivered to the International Space Station this summer. Again, there are 4 total that are already there on the space station installed and providing power. They were today, during today's spacewalk, we're working on modification kits for 2 power channels.
You guys do this to yourself. You know that, right?
If you could tilt up so that we can see the mounting bracket. Just want to get one last HECA survey here.
Okay.
I love ads. Jeez, KSP2 graphics are much better.
Koichi, that looks great. We are really happy with that config.
Oh, jeez, you made me change my hat. Oh.
You'll head back toward Duke and help finish up the strut bag.
It's a stealth
Eventually,
hat.
you'll be putting
Sorry.
the strut bag on your BRT. She'll lead the translation back in,
Copy that.
and you'll follow back to the anchor hooks and then continue to ingress.
Copy that.
Yeah, they're securing the strut bags for the rollout solar array. They're basically tying everything down and then coming back inside. They weren't able to get the last strut for the rollout solar array attached. So they stowed the last piece of the array, and they're figuring out a solution for the next time they go out in EVA. He told them to take pictures of it so they could see why it's not connecting. You have 2 stealth hats. I have, yes, stealth hats. Hey, Zero.
Okay, so I got all 4 straps and they're 6 down. Actually, let me get one more alpha here. Do you want me to try to make it shorter as well? Are you okay with it being long?
Duke, I think it's up to your judgment. Koichi's going to be translating back in with this on his
crazy,
BRT.
Dude. It's crazy.
So we'll leave it to your and Koichi's judgment about what's going to
I'll
work.
belt out another 10. I don't give a frick. If that's what's required. Yeah.
Here for the other end.
Ipola's, yeah, it's
Maybe both ends. I think that'll just help out.
It's difficult. Yeah, it's tough. You gotta train a long time, or else you're gonna go to put something down, and then it's gonna be a mile over there, and you're gonna be like, well, we ain't getting that back. Whoops.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You have it back. I'm just going to release it. It's still going to be top down at the outboard end.
Top down. Okay.
That's happened before, dude. Astronauts have gone to put a tool down. I was like, okay, I'll just leave this here. Okay, I'm doing something.
All right.
Oh, it's over there. Guys, I lost the tool. And now the NASA astronaut's like, well, okay, we'll find a contingency. It only costs like $1 million. What's the preparation process for an EVA like this? A lot of training on the ground. So NASA does all their training in the Neutral Buoyancy Lab, the NBL for short. It is a huge honking swimming pool with a full-sized replica of the ISS. See that? That's where they practice. It is a full-sized replica of that thing. This thing makes an Olympic swimming pool look small. This is a football field or a soccer field sized swimming pool. It's huge. Yeah, and it's really freaking deep. This is where they test it. They have a full. See, that's a replica of. This is Node 2. That's Destiny right there. They have Columbus right here. Kibo is right there, but I think they have Kibo in another spot. There's the truss segment down there. See what I'm talking about? It's a gigantic, full-size replica of the ISS. This is the battery module right there. That's actually kind of where they are right now. See that bracket right there? This one? This picture actually has that bracket in it, which is interesting. That bracket right there. This one with the 45-degree struts right there. That's what they installed. That's an IROSA bracket right there, or International Space Station Rollout Solar Array. That's what they were installing. See this thing with the hole in it right there? They were putting one of those on today. It looks like that. See? That's interesting that picture actually has it. Because who knows when this picture was taken. But yeah, they're coming back inside now.
Mistake to hand off to Koichi. We'll have you start
Yeah, kind of like Pinewood, Tesla, yeah. What kind of batteries do they use? They have lithium batteries, One Eye, right now. They were replacing the nickel, nickel hydride batteries that were originally on there, and they replaced them with lithiums. That was actually one of the more recent EVAs.
I think it's going to be small enough that it won't give him a problem.
So they rehearse the EVAs on the ground. Dude, they rehearse it probably a good 100 to 150 times, Rem. Oh, yeah. Anything, dude. Any movement. Anything that you do outside of that station. Anytime you change the mode of the station, it's all rehearsed on the ground. This thing makes like play rehearsals look like easy. They're down there. They've done this EVA 1,000 times in that neutral buoyancy lab. They've studied every little bit of it, down to the hand movements. Every single bit of it. Because EVAs, you have to be on your game. If you're not on your game, you're not going to have a good day. EVAs can go bad real quick. Real quick. That's why when Koichi was trying to force that aft strut on, they said, don't touch it. Actually, see the batteries right there? Yeah, they stowed all the parts, Pythos, yeah. It's NIMH. I'm not sure, fellas. But yeah, they practice this EVA a lot in the neutral buoyancy lab. They do a lot of training. In fact, there's probably astronauts training in the MBL like right now for an EVA that's going to happen next year. This is the way to do it. That's how you got to do it, man. And dude, they also have JPL does the same thing. They have a Marsscape where they test in California. They have a Marsscape where they test their rovers before they send them to Mars. You have to do the training. You have to. That's what makes being an astronaut difficult. All the training, all this stuff that you got to remember. You really have to be on your game. That's why fighter pilots make good astronauts, because you really have to know what you're doing. Like, really have to know. You screw up one thing, it's not going to end well. EVAs, what I tell people, like going out in space is like it's like playing Tetris. You don't really win, you just kind of get better at it as you go, and it's really easy to screw up. But you ideally don't want to screw up.
Losing that video from the International Space Station, we'll be regaining it shortly. Right now, Wakata and Man are both still at the work site where they've been for the past couple of hours. Now 6 hours.
Yeah.
And
Try
6
wearing
minutes
oven mitts
into
and
today's
working on
spacewalk.
anything mechanical.
They wrapped up their cleanup duties,
tough,
really
dude.
just taking those last tools and making sure they're
Nickel
stuck.
hydrogen batteries.
Or
Yep.
in the case of the strut
I said
bag attached to
hydride
their
though. I don't think
restraint
hydride
tether
is
so
right.
they can tow it back with them. But the main objective now is to get back to the airlock. They're going to get back into the crew lock of the airlock. This is where they'll close the hatch and repressurize to 14.7 psi, the pressure of the International Space Station, and get back inside.
Hydride is right. Thank you.
Copy, Koichi. That's great news. You can start following Duke back in.
All right, they're gonna head back into the airlock now.
Okay. After, I'll follow Duke and then not try to...
And I'm so good, Koichi. I've got the bag. I'm getting it on my DRT right
Nickel
now.
metal hydride battery.
And I'll wait for you.
It's a nickel cadmium cell while using nickel oxide hydroxide.
And it was funny when you translated it.
Interesting.
We copy that. And Koichi, a reminder, you'll be going inboard towards those anchor hooks. They're nadir of the Cetic cart.
When did he say to what about don't touch it? They said don't try to force it, just put it away and go back inside. They said it right when we started watching. They're going in now. Hydra, yeah, they're gonna go in now. Oh jeez, look at that. Just get the frick out of the way. Hey, Windmill. What's going on? Everything's going okay. They had a little bit of trouble installing the IROSA bracket, but other than that, yeah, everything's fine.
Tighten down and then I'll move.
Okay.
Did you have eyes on your safety feather? Is it clear of me?
It's in front of you. Can you see that?
Okay, but it's not tangled on anything.
It's not tangled. It's in front of you.
Okay.
It's running through your media workstation area.
Okay, I'll just watch it as I go.
Yeah.
Hello, did they drop the transmission yet? Yeah, they dropped it off at your mom's house.
Okay, I'm headed out.
Okay. I'll follow you. Okay, looks like everything is fast here.
Yeah. The Earth is in the way of the sun right now, Hydra. That's why it's dark. Yep.
Hey, grabbing my local here.
They'll be in the light. Actually, I don't know. They might not be in the light before they go back in. Right now, I can show you with Kerbal where they're at. They're traversing the truss segment right now. So up at the station here, they were doing work basically right here at the base of the solar array to put the IROSA in place. And what you're seeing them do now is, see where this ladder is right here? I put these ladders here for a very specific reason, because they're traversing back over to the airlock. The airlock for them is right here on the ISS. But that's basically where they're at. What you're seeing is them move down the truss segment. They're traversing on the bottom rail of it. How far is the truss segment? 500 meters? No, Macafood. It's about 100 meters long. So to go out from the solar arrays back to the airlock is about 50 meters. So about 150 feet. Dude, the ISS is big. Very big. It's big. It's about as big as a soccer field, dude. Or a football field for you guys. It's huge. Yeah, 100 meters wide. It is big. It's 90 minutes. Yep, 90 minutes, Wimble. So they've been in the darkness here for a second. They'll probably be they might be in the light before they get back in. It's hard to say. But see, so they're moving down the truss segment here. It looks like the IROSA mount is right there. Yeah, they're going slow, but they're moving down the truss segment.
Okay, copy that. I am now behind you.
Always found this useful for scale. Yeah, that's it over a football field. Yeah, exactly. Savvy, that's what, yeah, I say it's 100 meters wide because meters and yards are close. They're close enough. It's close enough. 100 meters is a good way to get the scale. It's big. It is a big mother. And think about it, Savvy, I know you know this, but think about it. There's a swimming pool that's the size of a soccer field where they train, which is just absurd to me. That is a gigantic pool. And it's funny because they have these gantry cranes here with these surfboards on there. And the surfboards have holders, right? It's because you can't walk around in the suit. They have to mount the suit on this bracket and then use the crane to pick it up and put it in the water.
I think Koichi will be able to clear it for you so that you don't have to go back outboard, Duke. And just a reminder for Koichi, you'll be pausing at those anchor hooks until Duke is safe in the airlock.
Just wait until the Super Bowl. NASA will post it everywhere. They absolutely will. They absolutely will.
Let me clear that. Alright, heavy. Go there.
Thomas, I'm an American football fan just as much as the next guy. Dude, I try to never show that picture. I don't know why, but I try to never show that picture. I say 100 meters or it's about the size of a soccer or a football field. I don't show that picture, dude. I don't ever show that picture. I don't know why. I just don't want to. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's funny that NASA does it every year. Yeah. I will never show that. You think Mac's going to be the answer? I think, yeah, I think we'll be okay, Rogue.
Okay. And then, this tether is going through your mini workstation, so let me clear that.
They're 10 yards missing from that football field.
Okay, let me... Could you hold on to
Yeah, let me put a local down real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Chopstick 2 is being mounted to the carriage at 39A right now. Cool.
Yeah, also locals, but it's good to have 2 locals.
Okay, so that's part of the mobile base right there. You see that? You see that thing, guys? Literally a mine cart. It's a cart. It has wheels on it, and that thing traverses up and down. That thing traverses up and down the truss segments. They're out there. It looks like they're on the S3, I think, because see the 4 over there? That's the S4 truss segment. So there could be at the base of the S4. But see the cart? That thing, if we look at Kerbal, right? And we look at the front of the ISS, or my space station here, see the rails? The arm can actually mount to that, and it can actually do, it can go backwards and forwards. And that cart is actually coupled to the locomotive, so to speak. There is a trolley that's built into the truss segment on the ISS. It's a freaking trolley. And you can see the coupler right there to the mobile base, which is off the screen here. But you can see that cart's moving back and forth on its wheels. Yeah, it's part of the mobile base, dude.
It's right here, and then now, okay, let me clear on this side.
Not gonna lie, man, my EJ would fix that in 2 minutes. My EJ would fix that in 2 minutes and without help, eh?
Is this your local?
This is my local here.
Is this your waste tether here? Did you remove this waste tether?
No, I didn't.
From your mini workstation?
Actually,
Buy those.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, because you know, yeah.
I watched Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
That should explain a lot.
You can let it go, and then I'll...
Okay.
Okay, now it's... I want tether is clear.
On my left side, I should have I have my waist tether and then my safety tether. Is those are good?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's a local, so I'll remove that.
that's okay. A local. And then here, okay, now it's you clear this tether around your BRT, the cable bag. Now it should be clear.
Deidre's handover.
Another brief lapse in video from the International Space Station. Again, all of these are just a matter of seconds, really, so we'll be regaining that shortly and should hear voice from the International Space Station here soon. What we were witnessing was both Koichi Wakata and Nicole Mann translating or moving back to the airlock. Along the way, they were making sure that they were in a good configuration with their tethers that actually keep them anchored to the International Space Station as a safety precaution. So they are just making sure that the tethers are where they're supposed to be and where they expect them to be, and that they're not tangled. So they're working together to just make sure those are in a good configuration as they continue to work.
What is a
their way
handover?
back to the airlock. Now, 6
They're
hours,
moving around the
18
Earth, Koala,
minutes
and they
into
have
today's spacewalk.
a TDRS handover is the tracking data and relay system. So here, I can show you that. I have that in KSP2. We launched those with the shuttle. So if I go here and we turn on communications, see where KSC is right now, and see where the space station is. See there's an Earth in the way, right? So NASA has tracking data and relay satellites, or tracking data and relay system, which is satellites that are triangulated in geostationary orbit. And when you go over the hill and you get out of line of sight of one TDRS, you hand over to the other one, and that one bounces the signal off another one back to KSC. See what I'm talking about? That's how TDRS work. That's a TDRS handover. They're changing the relay to another system, to another satellite. So the screen goes blue for a second, and they move the signal to another satellite. It takes like a couple seconds. But.
Which one?
Can TDRS talk to each other? Nope, they just bounce signals. They don't process data at all. They just bounce signals. But you can bounce off one TDRS to another TDRS and then down to another tracking station, sure. Yeah, they're basically floating cell towers, real. That's what they are. That's literally what it is.
But if it helps, you can put down a waist tether, lock the hook black on black.
It's just a big parabolic antenna
hook
that's
in
facing
order to clear
towards
any
Earth. That's
snags
really
for
what
your
it
team.
is, and it just bounces signals. That's all it does.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So, you know, I have my weight tether down to the handrail.
Discovery,
And
go
just
at
make sure
throttle up.
it's
Go
locked.
Z.
See it?
I'm releasing my anchor.
Copy.
Okay, I'm releasing my anchor.
Dead buttons. What does this button do? That's the button to receive free emotes.
Okay.
External tank.
Do you want my anchor hook while we're here? You might as well take it.
See last, please. No, I'm good.
Let me local that. So I'm local, okay.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
So let's see.
Ah, cool. That's neat help.
This one I can take it. Yeah.
Thank you, by the way. I've had ZZ Top in my head all afternoon. You are welcome.
Okay, my left weight.
I'll take some free emotes, please. Thank you, Stuntman. Yeah, you Stuntman here. Have yourself some free emotes.
Block. So I maybe can do.
Okay, you happy with that low pass, Cena?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hooks are locked black on black.
free
That's a
emote
good
estate.
load pass.
What? There's free emotes here? Yeah, 49
I'm
emotes.
locking
Free
my local
emotes,
and,
man.
All right. Hey, see your. Hey, be in touch.
I think they're just securing some tools now.
And then I just wanted to report my CCA on the left side is not working, so I can hear from my right side only.
They were working on an upgraded solar panel mount.
Copy, Koichi, and we'll have you guys
Raging.
stand by just 1 second. We want to make sure that we really understand this tether config that we're in before we send you anywhere.
Okay. Okay.
Quick, can you get that? You get that back?
So they were working on a solar panel mount,
Get back.
and they're now they're just putting the tools away. The solar panel mount that they're working on is for the International Space Station rollout solar arrays. There's solar panel upgrade that it's a new type of solar panel design that basically where the solar panels would roll out like if you roll a carpet out. Same kind of idea.
Discovery, go at throttle.
They didn't put the IROSA
Okay,
on
guys,
there,
was
but they
Koichi's
put the
waist
mount
tether
on it.
locked and Duke's anchor hook locks to Koichi's waist tether.
Is this the emote train? Yes.
And
Why, yes,
Koichi's
it is.
Anchor hook.
Free emotes for just
still
$3.99.
attached.
Yeah.
Block on block. We're good with this config. You can head.
But if you call ahead now and use your Prime emote, you could get free emotes for half the price. That's the same amount of emotes for exactly half of the price. Your emotes, my emotes, their emotes, everyone's emotes. OxyClean. Sorry.
And just to be super clear, Duke's gonna head inboard. Koichi, you'll stay put until Duke is.
What are the
safe in
efficiency
airlock.
ratings of the old and the new panels?
then
It's a
after
couple.
she
It's like
reestablishes
twofold
the
increase.
Yep,
They're
exactly.
pretty
You'll be
damn
cleaning up
good, dude.
slingshot.
It's pretty damn.
Discovery,
Pretty.
go at throttle.
Hey, Gunna, thank you.
See that?
I have turbo, so I always forget to subscribe because I never see the ads. You get an emote, and you get an emote, and you get an emote, and you look at all these emotes. Oh God, I can't hold all these damn emotes in my hand. Oh God. Oh, you actually did it. And then Sir James also had a deep. Now I feel really bad about doing that. Okay. James, thank you for the sub, and oh no, thank you for the 20. I really appreciate it. I guess there was. I guess. Okay. I guess you guys really wanted emotes. That's good. That's swing arm 2 right there. You can tell it's a swing arm because of the way it is. Cozy, you did this. Do primers get free emotes? It's free real estate.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Saro with 10, thank you. Cyborg with the 21. Thanks, guys. Batteries not included. Yeah, ask your parents' permission before subbing online.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Grilati, 89-month resub. Emotes are worse than NFTs because we can't buy them, only rent. Oh, when you put it like that, that just...
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Hazard, 23 months. When you put it like that, that makes me sound kind of dumb.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Wouldn't be anything we didn't know.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Foo-Face, Moto Kid.
15, I already put
Discovery, go at throttle up.
the red brakes on the outboard side twice.
And before EJ raises the... Yeah, inflation.
Copy, Koichi.
Yeah,
Discovery,
inflation.
go
Now
at throttle up.
now it's like $1 per emote. Sorry,
We'll just have you
inflation.
stay put.
Stay on the code.
Copy, Duke.
Yeah, Tessa, I'd believe that. Grits, thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. It looks like they're making their way... Oh! Downtown. Sorry. No, they're... So, yeah,
And
see the
Koichi,
cart?
We appreciate the get ahead, but we will
Space
have you
train,
also,
baby!
touch those brakes one more time as you head inboard, just to make sure that that's the last thing on the seater cart that you touch.
Understand.
Ignite and throw away immediately. Do not hold in hand. Caution, contents may be hot. Fireworks. What are they working on? They were installing a rollout solar array mount, Motorkid. Now they're making their way down the truss segment.
Just making sure we'll have you stay put right where you are and wait until Duke gets back in the airlock.
I'm just standing by here, just changing the local position.
Copy that, Koichi.
How much is left on this EVA? Not very long.
Okay, copy that.
So Nicole is bonked. Nicole is on the mobile base. That's the mobile base on the truss segment right here. I'm not sure which trucks. Oh, okay. She is basically at the Destiny lab. See the strut? This strut right here. That's the strut that goes to the Destiny. So she should go out underneath this truss segment, and Quest should be right behind, like basically right behind her hand. The airlock should be right down there. And then there's an external service pallet, if I'm looking at this right. Yep, there's the Quest airlock. And yeah, see, she's using there's basically a bar that they put in there so you could get up to the truss segment from the airlock. And now she's at the base of the airlock. The external stowage platform is right here. See, you can kind of see it. It's kind of exposure on the camera's going bananas. Yeah, see all the pixels? See all the dead pixels? The radiation destroys the digital lenses in these cameras.
Okay, copy.
That right there is the toolbox, as Duke just reported.
Great work, Duke. Heads up, we're at about 6.5
Seriously,
hours
the space toolbox. That's what it is.
Copy.
Koichi's still out on the truss segment there. Now, the airlock hatch is right there. There it is.
I'm opening the thermal cover.
Copy, thermal cover open.
I'm about to open it.
I don't really see her clipping in as she's moving. What? Did you just make a Kerbal joke? He's holding at swing arm 2, awaiting clearance to move. Yep, move one at a time.
So right now, Duke, or NASA astronaut Nicole Mann, has arrived at the airlock. She's going to open up the thermal cover and get it prepared so
See
she
him out
can
there?
ingress. But Koichi Wakata is standing by with the strut
Yep,
bag
see?
in tow.
You could see Koichi.
That strut
there.
bag has that final strut, the mid-left strut, that they're going to be bringing back into the airlock with them. So he's just standing by for now
Yep, he's
as
got strut bag.
Mann gets the hatch configured.
Your extender locked block on block.
I bet that toolbox has a lot of space in it. Or does it have a lot of space outside of it? Okay, sun's coming up. You can see there's a pin from a payload that was derived from the shuttle payload bay. Anytime you see one of these things right here, it looks like an upside down dinner plate with a dowel coming out. That's a trunnion pin from the shuttle. That's all shuttle stuff that was sent up with the shuttle. Nicole's at the base of the airlock here.
You can go ahead and head inboard. You'll pick up your anchor hook from handrail 3011, stow it on your mini workstation, and translate in. You will need to press the starboard seat of brakes and the port seat of brakes.
They have two hooks, Wombat. Yeah. They always have two tethers. It's like they do it like rock climbers, basically. They have two of them, and you hook one, and then you hook another, and then you hook one, and then you hook another. Firebird, hey, 24 months.
I'm going to work on getting this bag in here.
See, in Duke's left hand is one of the hooks, and then right here is the second one. Sun came up. It's pretty bright. Yeah, Zeverman. Yeah, it happens.
Big pedal twice complete. And I'm gonna set something to the airlock.
So over there, that's the mount that they were working on right here.
And heads up for both of you, especially Duke right now.
Now Koichi is making his way back
airlock.
towards
One of
the
large, small
center
racks
line of the
that's sprung
station.
out is locked, so that it might
Gnarly
be kind of a
freaking
loose
view,
snag
dude.
hazard as you head in.
Is that crazy or what? Look, you could see him. You could see Wakata-sama. You could see him freaking peeking around in there. That's cool, man. That's my favorite when you could see through the polarized glass. I think it's polarized glass. I'm not 100% sure. 4-3. Oh boy. Yeah, Potzer. It's the ISS is no joke. It's gonna be a shame when we lose that thing. Yeah, see, he's pulling the strut bag with him. One of the struts for that IROSA mount didn't mount. See right here? He's carrying the mid strut with him because the side pad didn't click in. It's supposed to snap in, it didn't go. So he's pulling that back into the airlock so they can take a look at it. That's what's in that bag
his
right
way
there.
Back to the airlock. This whole time he's been
Yes, as Master
in
they
the
do.
suit with red stripes. He's got that strut bag in tow.
Koichi helped build the
Meanwhile,
ISS
Coleman,
Suburban.
call sign Duke.
Wakata-san
with
has
no
been
stripes.
Koichi, sorry to bug you. Just to confirm,
He's been
you did hit those
going into
computers.
space for
I
a
didn't have
long
it all
time,
done.
dude. He predates the current Japanese space program.
And I'm gonna hit the port side shortly.
Perfect. Thank you, Koichi.
Yeah, he flew on the shuttle. Koichi flew on the shuttle a bunch of times, dude. He helped put the Kibo module in. Yeah, see, they left some tools out there on purpose for the next guys. Gonna be out there. But there's the mobile base right there. There's the rails. See that right there? That's one of the rails that the mobile base moves on. I use I-beams for that.
Duke, once you have that cable bag
Works.
stowed on the airlock gearing extender RET, we'll have you turn off your HECA and ingress.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, port side inboard brake pedals push twice.
Copy. Thanks so much, Koichi.
Thank you.
So he's moving down the truss segments here. This is a shot of Nicole outside of the airlock here. See? There's the toolboxes. The external
Now,
stowage
good view of
platform
the
is right
airlock,
there.
That's
the
astronaut
Rasvet right there,
Nicole
and there's the
Mann making
Soyuz.
her way into the airlock after getting a go to do so. Very shortly, we'll be seeing Koichi Wakata. Will be taking up the rear and entering the crew lock last. It'll be his job to make sure the strut bag, which is currently on his body restraint tether of the spacesuit, gets maneuvered into the crew lock with them. He'll be the one to close that thermal cover, the
Copy.
soft fabric flap that goes over the hatch to the crew
Looks
lock.
like a toilet bowl. So over here is Rasvet. Rasvet is a Soyuz docking adapter. But if you notice that the Rasvet module has the shuttle pins on it, the shuttle actually brought up a Russian adapter. Okay, Koichi's at the base of the truss, basically nice. He is making his way down this pole right here. That is a pole that basically goes from here to there. Now, the airlock is right here, facing parallel with the truss segment on the ISS. He's making his way down that arm to the external stowage platform in the airlock, which is right there.
When the time comes.
I should be showing Koichi's cam. Yeah. Might be a dumb question. Do they ever get hit with debris? I mean, astronauts? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. It's happened in the past, dude. It's definitely a thing. It must be pretty freaky. Yeah, when water starts leaking into your suit, yeah, it gets a little strange. That's I don't know if it was necessarily from micrometeorites, but one time Luca Parmentano, an Italian astronaut, was out there and his suit started leaking water inside. So yeah, they were like, okay, you need to stop what you're doing and get back inside, like right now, because you could drown in space if water leaks into your suit. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. I should go back inside. And they're like, yep, you should go back inside. Okay.
And at your convenience for both of you, we'll take one final TCV setting just before we get you
See,
hooked
it's
up
a
on
toolbox
the
right there. You can tell it's a toolbox because of the way it is.
Okay, I have not changed it since my last
Yes, yeah, he will not have the drink. So over there, that thing that looks like a pie dish that's cut in half, that's the external stowage platform. And this is the hatch to the airlock. Soyuz is over there. This module behind me is Rasvet with the pins on it.
6 for you?
Something like that, Hal, yeah.
Okay, copy. We're tracking 6 for both of you.
Okay, Duke, I'm at the airlock. Just standing by here.
Okay, I'm fighting with this SC2 here.
Copy that.
Alright, I think I got it.
Right.
Ground copies everything. Luigi, let's just have you hang out there to give Duke maximum.
Would you want to
space.
drown
We're trying
in
to
the
get
ocean
that
or in
SC
space,
out
though?
from
I
the hatch.
prefer just not doing that. I prefer not drowning. Yeah, the water leak was not from micrometeorites, Oculus. Yeah, no, but it could happen. Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna say that it's never happened because I can't recall any particular event where it has or hasn't. But station has gotten hit by debris. That Soyuz right there got hit by debris. So I would assume that they've probably.
And,
Oh, what
you
a
don't
view!
see any way
It's
that
probably
it's
happened before,
in the
but
way of the hatch actually
maybe it was
operating.
inconsequential and maybe they didn't notice.
Behind the house, so I think
Yeah, there's here. I'm gonna move to the other side so you guys can see what I'm seeing. There's Nauka, the Russian science laboratory, and Pritchel is below that.
Okay, copy.
Cupola gets hit. Yeah, I mean, it's not. Space is not a clean place. There's all kinds of crap floating around up there.
all the vessels come off. Are you good with that plan?
Stand by, Duke. We're checking.
Copy.
That's why everything looks like it's armored up there. I mean, look at this. This is all billet. It's really, really strong. It's designed to resist micrometeorite impacts. I wonder when we start taking orbital littering seriously. This is not, Potzer, it's not us. Space is a dirty place. There's all kinds of, there's stones, rocks, ice. There's all kinds of crap up there that's natural satellites. They're just really, really small natural satellites.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
That absolutely happens, Hal. Yep. Oh. Oh, what a view. Dude, I would be so distracted. You're a natural satellite. If you jump up in the air, you are. Yep. That's right, Cajun. What a view. Dude, I'd be so distracted. I'd be
Okay,
like,
Duke, if you are confident that
Don't
you
fall.
have enough slack to actually connect the
what's he
your
handling? It's a
DCM,
camera, Rec.
and that
Discovery,
it's not
no
Here,
going
Benes.
to
10 months.
interfere with the hatch
Yeah.
operation, we're
Yeah,
good with
that's a
that
camera.
stage.
Space GoPro.
And Koichi, you can then continue to ingress the airlock and turn off your HECA as you ingress.
Yeah, it's a camera. What is this EVA for? They installed the iRosa mounts. Oh. That's freaking cool, man.
Okay, yeah, it looks clear. Like it's going to be no problem closing that hatch.
Guys, it's just a DSLR
Okay,
that's
that's perfect.
been like rad
Great
shielded.
news.
That's really what it
With
is.
that,
It's
Koichi
probably a
will have to
Nikon or a
reverse and
Canon
turn off the
camera, no
rocket.
joke. You think it
And
spits
keep-
Polaroids out the side? I highly doubt that,
Thermal
dude.
cover, so if you want to attach any tethers to it, now's the time.
What a shot.
Okay.
Is rad shielding done with lead? No.
Can I start working on my SCU now, or do I need to wait?
Lead is...
You can. we'll
using
also
lead
receive
to
that
shield
strut
yourself
bag
from
in the best way
radiation on a
possible from
spacecraft
Koichi.
is like making
And I
a
think
boat
he should
hull
do
out
that
of a
before he
sponge
tries
and
to
hoping
ingress.
you don't get wet. Not a good idea. You need something that bounces radiation. That's why everything up there is made out of aluminum.
Put in the,
Or, oh, excuse me, aluminum. Because we just gonna piss everybody off.
Okay, then I'm gonna release it from my BRT.
If I recall correctly, they try to plan the EVA so the astronauts are working on the backside of the ISS, so not in the direction of travel.
You're coming in.
It's coming at you.
All right, I have the strut bag.
Okay, still read it from me.
Okay, let me get that down.
Crownless, that's, I don't think that's right. Luluminum, yep. No, it's aluminum. It's aluminum, okay. It wasn't 10 months, it was 10 gifted subs. Yeah, Jackery, yeah, thank you. I'm busy though. Can't you tell I'm busy trying to discuss how to say aluminum, okay? To utimum, yep. Slavic aluminum. No, that says alumini. Aluminum? Oh god, no. Airbanis, thank you for the 10 subs. I appreciate it.
Okay, your red's coming in.
Aluminum. Oh god, no. I don't want that. Do not want. Look, at the top there you can see Cygnus. See, that's the Cygnus capsule right there. It's on the bottom of node 1.
With that, do I have a go to ingress?
It cannot be undone. We just opened up a box, Kralani, didn't we? Thick aluminum.
And then you'll be closing the hatch thermal cover,
Okay.
releasing the hook from its stowage point,
Okay.
and
Oh,
attaching the
what a
hook to
shot.
the magnetic plate D-ring, and cinching the strap until you see 6 lines
Okay.
visible.
I will Cygnus change subjects whenever I want to.
Copy that. Before that, just like to thank to the big thanks to the ADA team, especially Chloe Maring, Keith Johnson, Ted Kessel, Hannah Burns.
It's dimondium, Electron. God.
And of course, a great Grand Ivy Zena for putting together excellent work procedures and executing it. We encountered challenges, but appreciate your flexibility to safely return us to the airlock. And I also like to thank our trainer Mark Wilsey and David Simon for training us on the EMU systems and get us ready for EVA. And I know that the team is supporting the EVA in Houston and in Scuba, and I really like to thank to all of them. 今日の EVA 実施に向けてご支援いただいた皆さん、本当にありがとうございました。今日宇宙ステーションの一番端で仕事をしましたけれども、その先に明るく輝いている時がとても印象的でした。私たちを新たな宇宙探査に導いてくれるように見えました。Thanks again.
ありがとうございます。若田様。
Koichi, thank you for those kind words. Congratulations on your EVA. Let's get you inside
said the same thing that he
and
said in
safe on that
English,
SCU. Really proud of this team and all of the hard work. Thank you both so much.
Thank you, Zena.
And Zena, can I start working my SCU?
A-Firm Duke, you can connect your SCU to the DCM. Just make sure that it's a snag hazard for Koichi as he's ingressing.
Okay, I'll wait till we get this in here.
It's a little bit of an unflattering shot.
Koichi, you're looking good. That strut bag is above your...
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And the silver bag is in it.
I'm
It should be
stuck.
clear, though.
Okay, you got the
Yeah, that's your tool belt right there, by the way.
thermal cover.
What are you doing still? Don't you dare, Snibbles. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh, God, no. No! All right. Just whatever. Don't you dare. It looks exactly the same. Oh, my God.
In case you missed it, Koichi Wakata gave some congratulatory and thankful words to the teams that made it possible for he and NASA astronaut Nicole Mann to conduct today's spacewalk. These are his final words before he enters the crew lock and they begin the repressurization sequence. Nicole Mann is already in the crew lock, just waiting for the next steps to hook up her umbilical to the International Space Station. Her suit still on the portable life support system, but that umbilical will provide water and oxygen and other power and other consumables to be transferred directly from station to the astronauts. So we'll just wait for Koichi Wakata to make his ingress successful, and then we'll begin the repressurization shortly after.
Okay.
And get the hook back to the magnetic plate D-ring and the strap cinched, and just verify that the magnet is engaged.
That is the most unintentionally funny thing I've ever seen.
Peter looking good?
Could you do a spacewalk if you were on the ISS? Yeah, sure, why not? Very graceful. Did you see that Mary from NASA Space Flight husband died? Oh no. That sucks.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Looks good. Yeah, need to go down.
Yeah, but that went in
Peter,
reverse.
kind of on top of me, if you could go station aft a little bit with your body roll out of your way.
Okay.
Is it looking better now?
Yeah, this is good.
Good?
Yeah, thank you for the suggestion. Let me... This is my mini workstation and the
Damn, the hatch. Come on.
And then, Duke, just let us know when you have your SCU connected to the DCM. Once you do, just a note that a TCV setting between 8 and max cooling will minimize the time necessary to get cooling on your SCU.
Copy that. Copy that.
All right, they're just closing up the airlock here.
Okay, hook is attached to the magnetic.
They're plugging their
fuse.
suits back into the station, Wicked, because they're gonna shut off the EVMUs before they repress. They're gonna shut off the backpacks. So they plug the suits into the ISS life support systems and shut the backpack off while they repress the airlock. You don't want a pressurized suit instead of a pressurized airlock. That's probably not a good idea. I can't particularly say why, but I know enough about spaceflight to know that you probably don't want to do that.
Hey, Duke, you are connected to the SCU.
What's the outer hatch made of? It's just it's MLI, multi-layer insulation. Most of the stuff up there has basically space blankets on it.
Connect the SCU.
Is that
Hey,
space
from
side door
Koichi,
left
you
unpressurized?
can
No,
connect
there's
your
a.
SCU to the DCM.
Okay.
That's the outer hatch, Hydra. There's an inner hatch that's basically it folds inwards, and then you close the inner hatch. There's two hatches. The one is the outer hatch to protect against micrometeorite debris, and it's the insulative layer that I just told you about. And then there's another hatch that opens inward, and it kind of folds down, so it's kind of parallel with this plate right here, this circular plate right here, over there. Sorry, it's hard to weatherman here. This thing, and then it folds It folds... Nope, wrong direction. It folds that way. It's called suit squeeze for scuba divers, and it can kill you. For astronauts, it would probably just damage the suit. Yeah, Watson, that sounds right. I wouldn't pressurize the suit inside of a pressurized airlock. That's probably not a good idea. How quickly can them suits be turned on for another walk, or can they be hot swapped? You could do it pretty quick, but... Is the station moving around? Station's moving. You see it? It might just be the camera. Yeah, there you go, Aqualux. Yeah, that sounds right. I don't know, Katra. I hope not. Well, guys, there are perturbing forces up there. Even though the ISS is well above like 95% of the atmosphere, there still is some atmosphere and there's some perturbing forces. The ISS does actually get turbulence. It definitely does. It's not that much. You're not going to really notice it, but it definitely does. Those big solar panels will definitely catch some air, and they do move around. That does happen.
We copy all. Happy to have you both back on SCU. With that, you can switch water to off. That's the forward position. Expect H2O is off message on your DCU.
Yeah, there you go, Watson. Yeah, I mean, you can get the bends in space, can you not? Nothing, Sile.
Water is OFF EV1.
Water is off, EV2.
Copy. Water is off for both of you. We've started a 2-minute timer. Once that timer is up, you'll be getting ready to close the hatch.
So both the suits are plugged into station. They're plugged into the station.
So a quick recap, both astronauts are inside the crew lock right now. They're hooked up by umbilical to the International Space Station.
Yeah, Leonov, Watson, yeah. Alexei Leonov got the bends, yeah, because their airlock was basically a giant balloon.
Get ready, get the suits ready and themselves ready before closing the hatch and beginning the repressurization process. The clock is still going for today's spacewalk, and it'll officially stop once we start that repressurization.
Down, my legs need to come down to close the hatch. Somehow I'm, oh, no, it's good.
Leonov lived from the Benz wreck, yeah. Alexei Leonov was the first guy to EVA, actually passed away, like, not that long ago, dude. Yeah, he got, I mean, just, you can get the bends, but if you catch it, it won't kill you. But yeah, he survived. Mm-hmm. He had to reduce the pressure of his suit in order to fit back in because his suit expanded like the Michelin Man. Yep. That must be claustrophobic in that airlock with the strut bag. Yeah. All right, so both Koichi Wakata and Nicole Mann are inside of the airlock here. That's this cylindric section right here. The inner hatch to the airlock is right where the airlock gets bigger, right here. And then the outer hatch is actually here on the side. They should be getting ready to close the outer hatch here. There's a hatch that opens
All right, guys,
inward.
We've got the 2-minute timer up. Verify the outer hatch is clear of hardware. and verify the handle position is per the hatch decal. Then you'll close and lock the hatch.
Okay. Getting ready to close the hatch
Okay,
here.
EVA copies in work.
Yeah, now it doesn't even kill you, but you probably wish it did. Yeah, the bends is strange from what I understand. I've never done that. Have we ever had a major medical issue in space? No, they screen the astronauts pretty hard, Katra, to make sure. EVA is going all right, Alex. Greetings from Kittery, Maine. It's cold. Hey, Ernok. Yeah, exactly, Potser. The astronauts are screened for health issues, like, pretty dang hard. And honestly, I remember when we watched DM2 go off in 2020, everyone was like, oh my god, everybody's wearing masks. I'm like, that ain't anything new. That's nothing new. You can go look at almost any shuttle flight. They quarantine the astronauts, like, hard. The reason why they do that is because... The reason why they do that is so the astronauts don't catch a cold before they go up into space. That actually happened once, and I assure you, that mission was a little bit wild. It was Apollo 7. A guy got a head cold right before he went into space. Okay. I could keep going, and I could describe Apollo 7. I could describe what happened. Think about getting the flu in space and how much that would actually suck. That would be horrible. Post-nasal drip? No post-nasal drip. It just sits there. It just sits there and just... You don't want that. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Ain't nobody want that. No one wants that. Trust me. You do not want that. Quarantine before you go into space. Post-nasal float. Ugh, it would be horrible, man. That would suck so much. It would be absolutely terrible.
More steps for the umbilicals just to provide oxygen and power through the International Space Station to them before they begin that repressurization.
Imagine having a sinus infection in space. I would puke. I'd like straight up. I would blow. I'd be like, oh god, which way is up? You know, like I wouldn't want that at all. What happens when astronauts get caught being lazy on the ISS? They actually have mandatory downtime, Zimmerman, to make sure that doesn't happen. They also figured that out from one of the Skylab missions. If you overwork the crew will eventually be like, nah, I don't feel like doing that.
You can acknowledge the message.
True story.
Okay, so that way set is clear now, can we see?
Somehow it came out so high, Okay, I think it's good now. Clear.
Okay, it looks clear, yeah?
Okay.
It's good.
Okay, I see your couches are there. Okay. Okay, I just down. Starting with the locking positions.
Okay, they're closing the hatch now.
Hatch closing. Then latching direction. Okay, Vina hatch is closed and locked.
Copy. That is great news. We are, with that, moving into our repress cue card.
Okay, that's the thing.
Copy.
Okay, the hatch is closed on the lock now.
Okay.
That's
on
pretty
your
much what
DCM,
happened, Aqualex.
just
What are
check
you
for
gonna
me
do
that your
about it?
SCUs are connected to your DCM, and check that the water switch is off.
Listen, okay, I see it's connected. And the water switch is OLS.
Okay, connected and water is off.
All right. There's a picture inside of the airlock here.
Check that the EV hatch is closed.
These are the suit mounts where they stow the suits when they're not being used. There's one on either side. And you can see them through the hatch right there.
Check that the oxygen for EMU 1 and 2 valve is
That's
open.
not Wakata. No, that's Frank Rubio. He has the microphone there. That's a microphone and a checklist.
Switch power for EV 1 and 2 to on.
Oh, getting plastered in space would suck. I would never want to do that. Why only 2 suits? That's where they keep the 2 full suits. They have spares everywhere.
Between 18 and
I think there's
19
another
for both.
spare down here, and there's another one up there.
Both are 18.6.
That's the hatch from all the
Copy.
horror movies.
On your
It's a
DCM,
CBM hatch,
Switch power to
actually.
SCU. Expect a warning tone.
That'd be terrible, Potzer.
Switch to SCU in work, EV1.
Nope. Someone else is coming over to
Can we
help.
stagger this one, Zena?
Negative, you don't need to stagger this one.
That's Josh Cassida there.
Getting a view from inside the International Space Station. Just like in the beginning of the day, Frank Rubio and Josh Cassida, NASA astronauts inside the equipment lock. On the other side of that hatch is our 2 spacewalking astronauts.
like
The
getting
hatch
down like that,
is down to
not
vacuum right
backwards.
now.
And then once both of you have switched power to SCU, I'll be ready to hand it over to
Which
Frank.
way is up on the space
We can see
station?
him there in
Local
the
orientation to the space station is in line with the ground, so Zenith is that way, Nader is that way.
In work.
No
Okay,
problem, guys.
EV2 is power to SCU.
Copy EV2.
When do you think Starship will be launched from Starbase, Alex? Best case scenario within a month. Worst case scenario sometime this year. Really depends, man. Depends on how well their testing goes. That's, yeah, Pythos, that's right.
EV1, switch to SCU.
Great work, both of you. Copy. You are both now on SCU power. With that, I can hand it over to Frank. Thank you both for your incredibly hard work. Lots of strength and grace dealing with so much finicky hardware today. Thank you for this incredible EVA. Grateful for the opportunity to work with you both. Over to Frank.
Thank you, Zena. Yeah, thank you very much, Zena.
So that
I
guy,
really enjoyed
that guy's
working with you.
talking right now.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Zena.
Air Bennis, the temperature on the ISS, 20C,
Great job,
70F.
Ground IV. Thanks so much for getting us to this point. Koichi and Nicole, it's great to have you guys back. All right, so for both of you, on your DCMs, take your O2 actuator to press.
EV1 in work.
EV2 in work.
Yeah, they like cargo pants up there, Ragged. Cargo pants are what are good because they
EV1 press.
because you're floating around. If you notice, that they're special. They're basically cargo pants with a bunch of Velcro on them, so you could like put stuff on your leg, you Velcro it to your leg, and you can just float around. They're basically cargo pants, yeah. Just set up a commnet around the moon and decided to land the carrier on the moon rather than crash. Has made it down safe with 0 meters a second. Nice, Dejan. There you go. Cargo do that. Cargo road. Oh. That's right, Maffey. Yep. Frank's got Velcro patches on the front of it, on his pant legs, like right here. There's Velcro right there. I like cargo pants on Earth. Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't love cargo pants? So much room for stuff. So room for activities. Nice, Pythos. No hot dogging on the ISS, man. Yeah, there you go, Potzer. I mean, it makes sense. That's Josh Cassida, Warder.
For Koichi, could we have you get a
Is
good
Wakata the
wiggle
only member that
test
does not
on
have a
that
military
O2
background?
actuator,
Not
just
sure.
make sure it's all the way in press.
Dude, yeah, you could put your CD player there,
I'll do
dude.
that.
No. Dude, we're in the 21st century, Abe. We don't use CD players. You could put your iPod right here. You put your iPod right here.
And,
Hey, look, I'm floating around.
Copy, Koichi. Thank you.
Discovery, go at throttle
Thank
up.
you.
Or not, give this up to Pythos. Stop staring at his behind? What? I didn't bring it up. You did. Really, Pythos? Interesting. I just gotta float around too, you know? Is the crew that went up in Dragon still there? Yeah, Hydra. Josh Cassida, the other guy that was over here, it came up on Dragon. Frank came up on Soyuz. Taking a stretch break. His chat must have redeemed that. The headphone cable is a dead giveaway of gravity. Now what? Now what? It's pretty coggers. It's a tether. Yeah, Cibex knows. Can you go and get me one of those patches? Nah, that's not part of the mission.
Tuning in now, Frank Rubio on the inside.
My lighting
of
is
the
actually kind of
station's
similar.
equipment lock is walking the crew
Which is
through the repressurization procedure. Right now, they just have to make sure some of the knobs and dials
Where's
that
your
are
hat? I got a
turning
stealth
are
hat
all
on.
the way. The ground team is assessing to make sure that the crew is following the steps very intricately until they begin the
Space
repressurization.
hoodie.
So they're just verifying that everything is okay.
You wish you had a space hoodie. Oh, dude, I want a space hoodie. Look, the strings, the hood strings just float around. I want a space hoodie. A spuddy. A spuddy.
Oh, I cannot reach there. It's a mini work.
Navy space hoodie. Nice.
Can we put it up?
Can I release it? You can release it, right?
I can do the love with Koichi.
Okay.
Something was funny and I didn't hear it.
However, yeah, I cannot reach there.
You're hearing the people in the airlock right now, right? I do want a space hoodie. Nodders.
Hey, let me give it one more try. And then,
All right.
5 minutes?
Yeah. Getting workstation.
He said 5 minutes.
Yep.
I wonder who they're talking to. Let me see. That's either Sergei Prokofiev or Dennis Peloton. I can't tell. You have Space Hoodie at home. Space Hoodie at home. I think so, Blood Fam,
if you're
yeah.
not pushing them both in, and it's just,
What is outside that window?
the
The
lateral
airlock.
movement is
Linus.
sticky.
This is the airlock. Koichi
Okay, yeah,
Wakata
copy.
from the
We know
Japanese
that's a
Space
hard one
Agency
to
and Nicole
actuate.
Mann from NASA
As
are
long as you've
behind
got
this
that lever
airlock.
pushed up and the
They're
button pushed in
repressurizing
to
it
move it
currently.
into press,
So they'll
we can let you keep working on it.
They'll
We
be
can
coming in a
also
second
work,
here.
an alternate plan for you.
Okay, I think we can practice with the NEVA. Is that true?
Yeah, that is true. Basically, we'd just be having you do the repress a little more
Yeah, you
slowly
saw them
to
in
make
their
sure that we
spacesuits
don't
flying
actuate
around in there.
SOP.
Can we release the new workstation and I push the button?
You want to remove it?
Yeah.
Yes. You get to the tab?
Almost there. Can you lower the tab?
presented without context.
Say again?
Can you lower the tab on the right side?
I can't see it. Can you tell me?
Just to go up a little bit. That's it. That's it. Go down. You go to your right a little bit. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the tab.
No, Spotchus, I don't. What's the temp?
Sounds
70
like
in
you
there,
guys
geek.
are doing great work in there. If you want to, we can
70
continue
at one
with the
atmosphere.
repress
It's
with your O2
really, really
actuator still
comfortable.
in EVA.
No, it's not bad at
Big
all.
picture, we'd just be going a lot more slowly. Duke, you would maintain really good comms with Frank, and you would just need to keep your suit pressure, monitoring your suit pressure to make sure that delta P is above 4 for the duration of the repress, and that will keep us from activating your SOP.
Okay, we're going to do one try here to get off the mini workstation.
Okay, now it's good.
Okay.
All right, now I can remove it. Left, right side is out, and then left side. Let's take a look.
Let me know when you get the switch.
The workstation should be now.
No.
Tab is not down. The tab is up.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Now it should be good.
I wasn't listening, Aqualex. I was trying to see who that is. I think that's Sergei Prokofiev.
I can get there.
Okay, let me get this out of the way.
All right.
Hey, Drasp. 19 months. Thanks, man.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, Linus, you can see them in their spacesuits floating through the window. The hatch will be open in a second here. Wow, they gotta give the okay. They depress really slowly so they don't get the bends, like scuba divers. Same idea. Yeah, that's not Dennis Pelletin. Or is it Dmitry Pelletin? I forget.
So a reminder that the process to get the 2 crew members back inside the International Space Station and repressurize that crew lock to get them both in is a very methodical process.
You could just flip up the lever.
So the ground teams are working in tandem with the crew that you see here from your view inside the International Space Station, all talking and monitoring along the way, making sure that they're following the steps to get them back in.
Lever is, yeah. Yeah. Lever up. Lever up, okay. Then I'll push the EV button. Yeah, do. You can push the button, the actuator, if you keep the lever up. Okay, hold on, let me get in again then. Okay.
I think so, Ordon. Yeah, it's a lot like scuba diving. Yeah, from what I understand, I don't know the intricacies to it, and I probably should.
Let me know when you're ready. Lever's up. Okay. Doesn't move. Okay, lever's up. It moved. It moved to the... Alright, awesome. EV2 is in front.
Depends, the Bearman.
No. Yeah, I'm in front. Okay. Alright. Okay, great job. Thank you. Nice job, you too.
Okay, looks like the airlock is pressurized. Let's see what we got.
Okay, and just to verify, Koichi, I copied you are impressed, and Nicole, I understand you are also impressed now.
Thanks, I'm impressed.
If I heard that right, I may have heard it wrong.
With that confirmation, they got the actuator, the oxygen actuator, where they need to go, so they're working through the next steps.
No, quite those.
It's closed.
We're going to start the repress.
I'm not sure.
Let me know what's a good rate. I'll start
Okay,
off
they
nice and
pressurized
slow.
the
So
suits.
IV hatch equalization valve. I will throttle from off to norm.
Copy.
Okay, now they're...
Reminder for disregard.
Hold on.
And you can both expect an alert tone, and time is 20:35.
Copy.
Okay. It looks like Frank's working the valves on the airlock hatch. Interesting, Pythos.
What's that rate for both of you?
Good for me.
It's, you could go faster for me.
Okay,
So TT, we're watching the NASA's repressurizing an airlock to have 2 astronauts that were working out on the station come back inside here. They're gonna open up the hatch here in another couple minutes. That's Frank Rubio's right there in the center with the gray shirt. To his left, next to that HVAC line over there, is Josh Cassida, and then this guy here in the foreground on the left is Sergei Prokofiev, Russian cosmonaut.
And once we reach 4 PSI, you can expect an alert tone.
EV1 copies. EV2 copies.
They're running higher pressures in the suit than in the ISS. Negative.
All right, so what you're hearing now is the repressurization underway. And with the repressurization start, that is the official end time for today's spacewalk. That total spacewalking time is 7 hours and 21 minutes, with the repressurization beginning at 2:35 p.m. Central Time.
Well, they use nitrox like scuba divers, Warder. They're not breathing pure O2. They use nitrox. They use the same stuff that scuba divers do. I missed the spacewalk. Can you play it over again? Oh, yeah, sure. We'll do it, but I'll play the entire spacewalk in a millisecond. Ready? You missed it. Sorry.
Okay, we are.
Ship 25 has been unhooked. Testing could begin as soon as
for the pressure to stabilize.
Copy.
All right. If they read equalized pressure,
The repressurization process is in reverse from what we saw at the start of today's spacewalk.
they installed
Going
a
down
mount for
from
the
14.7
IROSA for the next
PSI down
rollout
to
solar
5,
array, Brahimi.
holding for a little bit to make sure there were no leaks before proceeding down to vacuum. It's now in reverse from vacuum up to 5 PSI. Same process, holding for just a couple of minutes to make sure there are no leaks before they continue to proceed up
I do not
to
leak.
pressure,
You leak.
matching and equalizing that of the inside of the space station where Frank Rubio is with his crewmates. And that will be up to 14.7 PSI. So right now we're in a couple of minute hold period.
So they're holding at 5 psi inside of the hatch. For the people that don't speak psi, that's 0.3 bar, or about 33 kilopascals. They're holding just to check for leaks inside of the airlock. They're going to move up eventually to 1 bar, which is the pressure inside of the space station, which is it's about 14.7 psi, or 101 kilopascals. 1 bar is 1 atmosphere, Trunk. Yeah.
2 minutes of stabilization is up. Now we'll do a 1 minute pressure check.
Copy.
He's got the timer going. I understood. I don't know, man. I understood that. Zero. Nice. All right. Okay, stop the timer. Yeah, they're coming back in. They're gonna repress the airlock, which is cool. It's not something you get to see all the time. Because on the last EVA, they didn't show this. They didn't show airlock repress. They showed it this time, though, which is cool.
Pressure is stable. So next, you will both take your glove heaters off.
AED1 glove heaters up.
Sorry, say again?
Check that your glove heaters are off. OFF.
Copy. EV2 is off.
Okay, and I heard EV2 and EV1 glove heaters are off. For both of you, check that your check gloves for contamination.
AED1, no contamination.
EV2, no contamination.
Okay, copy for both. For both of you, take your O2 actuator to IV.
Teamwork.
That's Josh Cassida, Zuberman. Guy with the Navy jacket, or the Navy hoodie on. We call it a space hoodie, or a spuddy, for short. That's just our stream. NASA does not call it that.
EV2 is IV.
Copy, EV2.
And this is Sergei Prokofiev, over on the left, with the chain. Oh, well, that's good, Phil. Yeah, probably going to have to shelf GTA for a little while, which sucks.
EV1, also actually in IV.
Okay, copy for EV1.
What contamination could they be talking about?
Okay, we are now going to go back to finish.
Sometimes the gloves can have a hole in them, Batman.
Start off slow and then increase the rate. Let me know if
you don't want crap coming in from the vacuum.
You can expect an alert tone both when I start and also when DPDT is about 0.
Okay, copy that.
Cargo pants, man.
And Station Houston to correction 1. For Koichi, could you verify your O2 actuator is in IV?
Yeah, Batman, actually, during an EVA, after a certain amount of time, they make them check their gloves, because you won't really notice if you poke a hole in the gloves, because it'll seal up against your finger, and that's a leak, but you won't feel it. The pressure differential between vacuum and the spacesuit is not that much. It's not like if you see a leak, that like it's going to go and you're going to float around all over the place. You wouldn't notice.
And with that confirmation, the repressurization inside the crew lock has resumed. So we are increasing from 5 psi up to equalize with the inside of the space station, which is sitting at about 14.7, the same as we have here on Earth. As we make our way up to match that for the International Space Station, we do have some statistics now that the spacewalk for today has concluded. That spacewalk again was 7 hours 21 minutes. It was the 258th spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades. For the 2 spacewalking astronauts, it was a first. It was the first space station spacewalk in 2023, but the 5th overall during this expedition, Expedition 68. For Wakata, this was his first spacewalk, so he gets the total runtime for today's spacewalk, which is again 7 hours 21 minutes.
Mean, even if it's
the same for
5
Man,
PSI
7 hours 21 minutes for
notice.
her career as well. And that is the total runtime for today's spacewalk, which ended at 2:35 p.m. Central Time. If you take all of the 258 spacewalks that have been conducted in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades, you get a total of 68 days, 5 hours, and 47 minutes.
That's right, it's me. They have depends on Batman. They wear diapers just in case.
Now back to the action. Again, Rubio on the right and NASA.
I'll be honest with you, though. I really wouldn't want to clean that up. I'd be making sure I have a lot of asparagus up until the point like when you have to get ready to go and make sure that all fluids are evacuated. I don't want to clean that up, and neither do you. Because nobody else is cleaning it up, dude. You know what I'm saying? I would make sure those depends are clean, baby. After that EVA, hell no. No one want to clean that up.
One very clearly behind Josh Cassidy.
Nobody want to clean that up.
First, we got to make our way up to equalize with pressure of the International Space Station. And the rate is a little faster than we saw for the depressurization sequence. So right now we're a little more than 12 psi.
Ain't nobody want that.
We're going to about 14.7.
Okay, airlock's almost repressurized here. I think Josh is over there playing Galaga. Dude, is it blowing anybody else's mind that he just has an iPad right there, but he's just tapping it? It's like he's not even holding it. his fingers are just kind of holding it in place and just like you could just let it go. Oh, you just let it go and it's not that big of a deal. Erudite, nobody wants that. Like, dude, Josh let it go for a second and it just stood there. I'm like, what? How does that? I can't decide whether that would be really handy or just a big pain in the butt. Yeah, he just Velcro it to your leg. Yeah, no case needed. Yeah, right? You don't need a drop case, right? Oh, there we go.
Repressurization is complete. So Frank Rubio, you see turning that
sorry, I added sound
handle
effects. It's not making
to
any
open
noise.
up
They're
the hatch.
equalized pressure. But for movie sake. So now the hatch is going to go out and then go up. There we go, out and up. And we're golden. What's up, guys? Yeah, right, Blue. Yeah, this is going to get messy real quick. Not that way. There's just a lot of stuff floating around because they still have parts left over from the EVA. That's the toolbox. It's a toolbox with a barometer inside of it, believe it or not, guys.
Bad on one.
Come on in. Yeah, that's one of their toolboxes there. That one has a, like I said, that one has a barometer floating around inside.
Take care of step 4 and 1.240.
Dude, that's cool, man. This is cool.
And Frank, we are taking care
I
of it.
dig it. About 7 hours, Shrub. That's Nicole coming in. At least I think. Could be Koichi, I'm not sure. I'd have to... You have to see. Yeah, that's Nicole. Yeah, EV2. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go.
First in the hatch is NASA astronaut Nicole Mann, who took on the EV2 position for today. She was the first in the hatch.
Is it weird to anybody else?
Of today's space.
Is it weird to anybody else seeing Nicole inside of the spacesuit and seeing people not in the spacesuit floating around? Is that messing with anybody? That's a sock. All right, cool. There's the sock drawer.
So they can start doffing.
That's a little strange, dude. It's like you're in the spacesuit, but I'm not. What? Okay, cool. I'm just making sure that I wasn't the only one.
One of the first steps for them is
right.
at the base of the suit's backpack is a unit called the Safer.
Yeah, see the thing with
that's
the 18
sort of
on
their emergency jetpack that they would use in the very unlikely scenario that they would become untethered.
Yep, that's a Safer unit. See those little holes? RCS. Safer is a reaction control system just in case you become unhooked from the ISS. It is basically just it's a compressed air canister, and then there's an arm on the side that you could pull up, and it has a little joystick so you can move around. It's
Houston on 1.
In case they become
EV2
untethered.
Is no longer hot mic.
Yeah, you don't want to free drift. Never free drift anything in space. Bad idea. Because they got a word for something that's in free drift. It's called debris, and you don't want that. And it's gotta suck if your nose starts itching on a spacewalk. Yeah, Bomb, that wouldn't be fun. Wait, they can't cut a hole in their glove like Mark Watney? No. Can you remember what was the most serious incident that ever happened on the ISS? Nauka almost flipping the station over was pretty bad.
So you can see the Safer,
There's Safer. There's
unit
the
has been
jetpack.
removed from the base of the backpack of Nicole Mann's 's spacesuit.
Spacesuit. 's 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 I'm not entirely sure, guys, but I think you can, like, move your arm around inside of the suit. Like, you can
Josh Cassidy
move it out
now
of the
working
arm
to
part of the suit,
collapse
but
the
I'm
handles
not sure.
that
I
went up
think
the
you can, but
sides of that backpack.
I also think you can.
That's the
I'm
stowage
not
configuration
sure.
for those safer units.
I could have
You'll
sworn I
put
heard a
that in a
story
separate
about that.
location as Frank
It would make
Rubio
sense.
gets Nicole Mann
up the safer
situated
unit.
on the side there so they can start working with her suit, removing the helmets and gloves and getting her comfortable and readjusted back into the station's internal environment. Meanwhile, Koichi Wakata, you can see, is still in the crew lock. He is patiently waiting his turn until he'll go on the right side from this view
that sounds
across
right
from
too.
where Nicole Mann is situated now. You can also see that long bag that they towed all the way out to and from the work site. Inside that bag is that mid-strut that will be taken out on a future spacewalk to finish the installation of the modification kit that's on the 1A power channel. Even with the conclusion of the spacewalk today, we'll continue our coverage until they start doffing the suits and removing the helmets.
They're moving the strut inside there. You're just chilling in a hoodie. Yeah, that's Josh Cassidy, freak. You want to take... Dude, you got to document everything. Document everything. So just in case something goes wrong, you can go back and look at pictures and try to figure out why. You document everything. That's why Nicole and Koichi both had cameras. You can see the hatch to outside is down there. Ohayo gozaimasu, Wakata-sama. Yeah, that's what you do. You take pictures of everything. See, there's cameras everywhere. Oh. See, there's one right here. You're looking at one. Hey, Adam, what's going on? So these EVMUs actually, there's 3 different sizes. There's small, medium, and large. EVM, the extravehicular mobility unit. There's 3 sizes, and there's a small, medium, and large torso section, and then there's a small, medium, and large leg section. These things come unbolted, basically right here. And the cool thing is that you can combine small and medium segments. So if somebody has like a bigger torso or something, you can small legs or whatever. You can
Same process
have a small
for,
pants
Koichi
attached to a large torso
to get
if you
him
really
situated.
need to.
So Frank
They
Rubio
come apart
and
right
Josh
here.
Cassidy can continue removing the
So
components in the
basically,
suit and get
they'll
them
undo
out
this,
so they can
and then they can slide out the bottom.
get ready for a good night's rest, really, after a long
Yeah,
day of
Adam, there you go.
spacewalking. The spacewalking time of 7 hours and 21 minutes is just really the official time of the spacewalk itself, and used for engineers for a variety of purposes, mainly in understanding the
Nothing
consumable
happens for
constraints
Burr, man. That's all clickbait.
really
You got clickbaited.
understanding the timeline as well. But for the crew, it's a much, much longer day. They've been in the suit for quite some time, doing pre-breathing and in-suit light exercises to get ready for the spacewalk. Inside those spacesuits is a 100% oxygen environment. So part
There's
of
your
the
answer.
pre-breathing exercise and
Pre-breathing
then
100%
really getting
oxygen.
ready to go out the hatch is purging their body of nitrogen, which takes time. So they've been in the suit for quite some time.
There you go. There's your answer. Yeah, there you go. Caveman. Today's Buzz Aldrin's birthday. No, Spotch. Wakata-sama has Nihon on his arm. glorious Nihon steel. Sorry.
Once again, losing video from the International Space
Steve, just
Station.
hand
We're
over.
lucky that most of these drops have been very, very short in duration, so
I love
we are
refrigerators.
anticipating that we'll regain that video from the station
Yeah, it's
once
similar
again.
but the opposite.
And when we do,
Yeah, it's
as a reminder,
very
we'll
weird.
continue our coverage until they start doffing the
You look
suits,
like you're wearing a
showing
butcher's apron.
the crew and them excited after their journey outside to
standing today.
install the modification kit on the 1A power channel. And then we'll wrap up our coverage shortly after that, but we'll continue for just a little bit. As a reminder, the spacewalk ended after 7 hours 21 minutes at 2:35 p.m. Central Time.
Berman.
The team here in Mission Control Houston in the International Space Station Flight Control Room, you see likely more flight controllers than you've seen before. Right now, they're actually undergoing a handover period.
Okay,
So as the
we're
crew
back.
members are getting inside, there will be a new shift of flight controllers that will get them ready for bed and do some of the cleanup activities that are necessary before they enter into their pre-sleep and sleep periods for the night.
Hey. He's waving. No, Zuberman. That's Frank Rubio. Frank Rubio's there. Koichi Wakata's in suit 1. Nicole is in suit 2. Josh Cassada is the guy with the navy hoodie. Top left over there is Sergei Propkoviev. And somebody's taking pictures. I think that might be Anna, but I'm not sure. Yeah, they're just coming in, Granite. Mm-hmm. You guys can see the gray hatch right there. Way floating around. The gray hatch over there behind Sergey is the way out. That's where you'd go if you want to go outside. They just came in from there. We watched them go in. Go outside for a walk.
Equipment lock right now, just as a reminder, Frank Rubio on the far right
spacewalk.
has the suit IV, helping Koichi Wakata. On the left is Josh Cassada helping with Nicole Mann in her suit. In the far back, we have Roscosmos cosmonaut Sergei Prokopiev taking some photos. And it seems like we have another Roscosmos cosmonaut in the background there, also taking some photos.
Oh, I'd be there. I'd do this. Sure, absolutely. I'd go outside. Imagine. I enjoy working on my junky truck here, man. Can you imagine working on the ISS? I'd love that. That would be great. How did EJ get up there? Oh, I'd do that. How long you want me to go out there? I usually go out there for like 6 hours. Good. I'll be back in 10. What are you going to do for the other 4? I don't know. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I got the Wayne Zelinsky shrink ray. You know what I'm saying? Sparks, I would just want them to move the mobile base around with me standing on it so I could say I've ridden a train in space. Okay? Can hold my breath for a long time, Adam. I'm not gonna lie, because I love space and I really like trains, and if I can combine those two, you know it'd be good. I like trains. I like space. I love how one of the toolboxes literally just has a barometer in it, pressure indicator, an analog pressure indicator. See it right there? No, Enco, I don't think so. I love refrigerators. Yep, there we go. Gloves are coming off. Interesting that they leave the airlock inside door open the whole time. I think they'll close it, Caden, but I think they still have stuff to get out of the airlock. I think. But it's usually closed. When they're not using Quest, they button up the suits and they basically close that thing up. How good are the spacesuits shielded against radiation? Pretty damn good, Dream. Yeah, pretty good. All right. Yeah.
We're following along with the suit doffing process for Nicole Mann on the left, Koichi Wakata on the right.
I don't know, Grab, maybe.
On the right, helping Wakata is Frank Rubio. On the left, helping Mann is Josh Cassada. Mm-hmm. They're working to get those gloves off. It's a lot of strain during a long spacewalk on the fingers.
There we go.
So
taking the gloves
it
off
will be quite a relief for the crew members to have those gloves off. It is common that after the gloves have been removed to take some photos of the gloves. If you notice throughout the duration of the spacewalk, there were these periodic checks for the gloves and what's called the HAPs, the helmet absorption pad. We'll see those once the helmets are removed. But the gloves, because they are used so intensively throughout a spacewalk, they're used for all of the translation.
So the suits actually bolt up against the wall. You see that bracket? The suits, that's where they store them. They don't store them in the airlock proper. They're stored inside of the airlock module, which is basically from this bulkhead forward. Yeah, they're not in. They don't store the suits in the airlock. I think the Russians might do that. I don't know where they store the Orlan, but the Russians have something similar to the EMU. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe they store them in the airlock. That sounds right.
They'll do a HAP check and all of that, but after the helmets are removed is when we'll end our coverage for today.
It's not Sokol, no. It's called Orlan. Sokol is falcon in Russian. But I don't think they call him that. It's the Orlan spacesuit. Okay, helmet's coming off here. Yeah, so that's Anna Kikna over there on the left. Helmet's off. There you go. Yeah, they gotta have like a scratch pad inside or something. It looks like they've been polishing cars all day. Nice, Toretto. The Starliner seems sketchy to you? No? Why would it?
Both helmets off for each of the respective spacewalking astronauts today who have added 7 hours.
Isn't it a security risk? A security risk? Well, Dennis Pelotin is not, or Dmitry Pelotin is not in here. That's not the entire ISS crew.
For finishing the work there before the IROSAs, the rollout solar arrays, arrive in the summertime. But for now, it's the end of a successful day for the spacewalking astronauts, and that'll do it for us for our coverage of today's activities.
Cool.
Smiles all around the cabin, everyone excited for the two astronauts who have added spacewalking to their career today.
Barometer
And
box.
with that, we'll wrap up our coverage here.
Cool.
This is Mission Control Houston.
Thank you, Gary. That's cool. Wakata-san. That's cool. Good stuff. That's really neat seeing them come in from the airlock. They didn't show it last time they did an EVA, and I was a little bummed about it. But we got to see it that time, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Once again, that was Spacewalk 84, US Spacewalk 84, installing on the starboard, on the S4 truss segment. They were installing the rollout solar array mounting panel, which is all this stuff. The stuff that's not this darker color or lighter color, like the teal. They did have a little bit of a problem with the mid strut on the side pad. It did not lock into position. They couldn't get that thing mounted, so they brought the mid strut back with them. And they're going to figure out a solution. But the center pad, upper strut, mounting bracket, lower strut, everything was bolted to the mass canister correctly. Yeah, they're going to, next thing they'll do is they'll mount a solar panel on this and then they'll plug it in. They left the wire harness basically zip-tied, not zip-tied, they use copper wire ties, basically to the struts there for when the solar panel gets installed. Those images we saw, is it really live streaming? The image gets some kind of edition before the stream. It's live. It's live, but NASA delays their broadcast by 30 seconds, Zaburman, in case something happens, they can shut the stream off. Yeah, they didn't auto-strut it, Jax. If you guys want to know where this is on the ISS, I could show you in Kerbal. My space station in Kerbal has a similar component. They were out here on the solar panel mast, which is right here. That's where they mounted the bracket to. Because the old solar panels, the new solar panels go right in front of the old solar panels right here. And then they made their way back over to the truss segment. The mass canisters are quite big, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are we going to check this out? Yeah, we could, but I'll probably do it off stream. I'll probably check it off stream, dude. I don't really feel like doing that. How much energy do they create? The rollout solar arrays are like 2 to 3 fold more power. That, yeah, they generate a lot of power. Those solar panels that are on the ISS, the old ones, that's solar panel technology from the early 90s, to be really honest with you. Solar panels in the early 90s were terrible compared to modern solar cells. Yeah, like really bad. Something like that, Aqualex, yeah. Are they done with the EVA? Yeah, Flavia, it just ended. They just ended. Way more power, bro, Handy. Yeah, they're they're much better. Yes. Mm-hmm. They degrade over time. There's also that, Raid. Yeah, absolutely. So, fellas, I wanted to, before we jump back into KSP, I wanted to show you a couple of things. I think you guys might appreciate. So let's flip back over to KSP. We got to get the shuttle back